Have you ever thought about a fruit that's, well, basically as old as civilization itself? Now, what if I told you that same ancient fruit is getting a seriously high-tech makeover? That's what we're diving in today, the amazing future of the date palm. So why should you care? Well, let's start with the number that's kind of hard to wrap your head around, 1.5 million tons. That is the insane amount of dates Saudi Arabia produces every single year. We're not just talking about a snack here. This is a massive deal, a cornerstone of their entire economy and culture. All right, so here's how we're going to break this down. First, we'll look at just how huge the date industry is. Then, we'll get into the big problems they're up against. And after that, the fun part, the incredible tech that's coming to the rescue. Finally, we'll wrap up with what all this means for the future of farming. Okay, first up, we really need to get the context here. Because in Saudi Arabia, the date palm isn't just a plant you grow for food. Nope, it's so much more than that. It's a symbol woven right into the country's identity. Yeah, it's actually considered a strategic national product. It connects their deep history with their big plans for the future. Get this, the palm tree is literally on their national emblem. That tells you everything you need to know about how important it is. And the scale? It's just... wow. We are talking about over 33 million date palm trees. Can you even imagine trying to manage an orchard that massive? It's a monumental task, to say the least. And it gets even more complicated because we're not just talking about one kind of date. Oh no, there's this incredible diversity. Hundreds of different types, each with its own special thing. You've got the famous ajwa from Medina, the crazy sweet sukari, and the khalas, which is amazing because it lasts forever. Now, that's awesome for us, the people who eat them, but you can probably guess, it creates a huge headache when you have to sort them all. So, you've got this incredibly valuable, massive crop. Naturally, it's going to have some serious threats. And that brings us to our first big challenge. Seriously, think about it. How on earth are you supposed to keep an eye on 33 million individual trees? Especially when the things that can kill them are, well, they're basically invisible. Okay, it's time to meet the main villain of this story, the red palm weevil. This thing is an absolute nightmare for farmers. It literally bores right into the heart of the palm tree and just eats it from the inside out. And the worst part, by the time you actually see any damage on the outside, the tree is pretty much a goner. It's already too late. Okay, so let's jump ahead. Let's say the trees survived. The harvest was great, phew. But guess what? A whole new set of problems is just getting started. You're now staring at a literal mountain of fruit that needs to be processed. And this is the next massive hurdle. Remember all those different kinds of dates we talked about? Well, every single one needs to be sorted for quality, for size, for its specific type. So how do you possibly do that fast without mistakes from millions of fruits that are super delicate and bruise really easily? Well, the old way of doing it is by hand. And let me tell you, it's just full of problems. First off, it's painfully slow. You need a ton of people to do it. All that handling means a lot of the fruit gets damaged. And, people are people. One person's good is another's okay, so the quality control is all over the place. It is, without a doubt, the biggest bottleneck in the whole supply chain. All right, enough with the problems. Let's get to the good stuff, the solutions. And for that, we're heading back out to the fields to see how some seriously cool tech is playing bodyguard for these trees. So instead of having people walk around checking every single tree, which is impossible, farmers are now sending up drones. And these aren't your average camera drones. They're outfitted with these super sensitive thermal cameras. They can pick up on tiny, tiny changes in a tree's heat signature, which acts as a fantastic early warning system. Here's a great way to think about it. When that red palm weevil gets inside a tree, it causes stress and inflammation. Basically, the tree gets a fever. It heats up just a little bit. And the drone's thermal camera can spot that fever from way up in the sky. It can flag the exact tree that's sick, so farmers can treat it long before it ever starts looking sick on the outside. Okay, so the trees are safe. Awesome. Now let's head back inside to the sorting facility because we still have that massive bottleneck to deal with. And this is where AI steps into the picture. Some brilliant researchers have built this specialized AI model, and they call it DateNet. Now, technically, it's a convolutional neural network, which is just a fancy way of saying it's an AI that's incredibly good at understanding pictures. Its entire job, its whole purpose, is to look at a photo of a date and in a split second know exactly what kind it is. So how does this magic work? It's actually a pretty straightforward but really powerful process. Step 1. A camera snaps a high-res picture of a date. Step 2, the AI gets to work. It analyzes everything about that image, the exact shade of brown, its shape, its length, its width, and then bam, using all that data, it makes an instant decision on what variety it is.
And you want to know how good it is? The results are seriously impressive. When the AI only looked at color, it was about 85% accurate. Not bad. When it only looked at the shape and size, it did a little better, almost 88%. But here's the kicker. When the AI combined both color and shape data, its accuracy shot up to over 93%. That kind of precision is an absolute game changer.
So when you put them side by side, it's not even a contest. AI sorting versus manual sorting, the AI wins on every single point. It's way faster, it's way more accurate, and since nothing ever touches the fruit, the risk of damage is zero. That bottleneck we talked about, gone, completely.
Okay, so let's zoom out. What does all this mean when you put it all together? Well, it's pointing to a brand new future for one of the most ancient forms of farming on the planet.
And this is the key takeaway. Technology isn't coming in to replace tradition. It's actually coming in to save it. The drones are like high-tech guardians, protecting this incredible agricultural heritage from modern pests. And the AI? It's making sure that this super important fruit, not just for the culture, but as a food source for the world, can actually keep up with the demands of the modern market. It makes the whole process efficient and sustainable. People have been farming date palms for literally thousands of years. So if AI can come in and totally revolutionize this industry, it really gets you thinking, right? What other ancient, foundational part of our world is going to be completely transformed by technology next?